EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown L.A. at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Indianapolis Colts and our home team. Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And we are underway in Southern California. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Come on, set. 18, Gator. Check. Look at me. Go. Ready?
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Check it back. Go. Check 13. Check. Look. Squeeze.
2nd and 3. And that's going to be incomplete. This Week 1 matchup between the Colts and the Chargers, there are a couple of ties between the two franchises. Of course, Colts head coach Frank Reich, he spent 2 seasons as the Chargers offensive coordinator in 2014 and 15. Then he would have 2 years as the Eagles OC before coming to Indianapolis. But also, Colts fans, they do not have good memories of the 2007 and 2008 seasons, both times losing to the Chargers in the playoffs when they felt like they had a team that could have gone to the Super Bowl. Fielded just inside the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. This is Marlon Mack, 3rd-year running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
Set 180. Mike 40. Hey, Rocket. Get that ball, kid. Hunt.
From the gun, Rivers. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down.
Mike 49. Alpha! Check safety. 22-jet bomber. Well,
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marlon Mack, 35 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Second and 5 at the 30-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Get it.
Second and 5. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape.
Marlon Mack has the ball stripped and picked up by the Chargers. The big fella. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. It's first and 10 at the 14.
49's a Mike. 49's a Mike. It's a party now. Go.
Following the fumble recovery. Herbert. Open man is Samuel. Complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Yeah, some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's second and 15. On second down, here's a run with Mack. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
To throw, Rivers. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Set, slack 15. Room, 0. Watch twins. Watch twins.
Off the play fake here, Rivers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Credit the sack to Malik Jefferson.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Ready.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Light. Light.
They run with Taylor. And an alley to run. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Rivers looking deep for Hilton. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 50 yards. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. So on third and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going.
He's coming. Double up.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A give, Eckler running to the right. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports.
14, Chargers 6.
Ready? 50, plant. Lock 49. We got it. Hey, Charlie.
On first down, Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert, that's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 33.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Go 58 to the mic. You're not ready. You're not ready. He's checking. He's checking. He's checking. Crash. General West.
Off play action. Herbert. Got his man. It's Williams. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Chargers first down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Go. Switch. Switch. Ready.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game.
Red. White, 89.
First down, Rivers. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Yep.
Running on first down, Eckler. And give the tackle to Anthony Walker. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Pull it high. Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. Eyes on 10. Eyes on 10. Watch this. Hey, Alpha. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Here we go.
To throw on second down. Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
On the double.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
I got one. Yes. Mike's 49. Here we go. Mike.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. The end result, 21 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
High 7. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Defense wins championships, baby. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Quit talking about it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry. there to make the grab. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Badgley on for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go,
touchdown, Indianapolis! A big play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point safely through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise. Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hey, orbit.
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert. Oh, he almost had it. Already with one interception, just missing his second there. The name of the game is always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And this one complete to Reed. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game.
Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Back to throw. Herbert escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it back deep. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Following the interception here, Rivers hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Rivers. And the pressure gets to him again. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Here's Rivers. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from up in Seattle. And it's now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Bengals. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one.
Hey, Haywood! They're not ready for this. They still team spill. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Caught by Allen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, Zoo! Hey, watch out! Check Mike 54. Ready?
Off the play fake. Herbert going deep here for Allen. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 57 yards. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field. and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing Rivers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley, the rookie from Delaware.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. It was Matthew Adams who got him down on the defensive side.
2nd and 10 at the 7-yard line.
So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with it.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. Making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. The point after is good, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Charger drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
At the 43-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check 26.
They'll run here with Eckler. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
And what's the ball? 49. Leo. Get it.
Off play action. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Mike spot 4. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. Open man, it's Allen. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
Let's go.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Well, good for 22 and a first down. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon.
Here we go. 10 logo. Now.
Watch the screen.
You draw quarters. Hey, exit.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Watch the run. Dude.
On first and 10, Herbert looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
A throw out wide caught by Pascal. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
X3, 218,
on first down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage.
Watch the curve.
Now on second and 13. Rivers. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Nasir Adderley, the rookie from Delaware. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his second interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. He's brought down there by Kenny Moore.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
30 base. Topper! Snap.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Hey, lock it. Hey, box drop.
49 to Mike. Watch 49. Go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. They'll try the right side with Eckler. Anthony Walker, the other Colts linebacker with over 100 tackles a year ago, making the play there.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On the set.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Jump.
Ready.
On second down now, it's Kelly. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Chargers have once again taken the lead. No real hesitation from Anthony Lynn. They're going to go for two.
Hey, seam six. Hit it.
From the gun, Herbert. And that is caught for the 2 points. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Dumps this one off to Mack. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On second down, it's Taylor. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A tale of 2 extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
They'll go again with Kelly. Wiggles free. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Look at me. Zipper.
58's to Mike. 58's to Mike. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Get it.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. From 4 yards out, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
On the ready.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Pick your game up. Shit. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Yo, keep tripping.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Off the play fake. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Marlon Mack. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Delta!
They'll go again here with Mack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And it's 3rd down.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Charger drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Rock it. Go.
Check. Crunch.
Now.
They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on first down. Herbert, and he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
We own them.
Mike's 54.
Ready?
On first down, Herbert. Allen's got it complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
That's it, baby.
I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock, but I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Stop your whining.
Kelly tries the right side, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
We go set. 30 base.
Watch QB jump.
Off play action. Herbert. And it's complete. Henry. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 25 yards that time. Well, last year, Henry really looked poised for a prime breakout season, but then May 22nd, tore his ACL during OTAs, ruled out for the year. Actually was added to the active roster in a pretty heroic return for their playoff clash with New England, but did... Look at this! Middle of the field, a breakaway! Touchdown, LA! A great play there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Badgley up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw. Deep depth. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. On the ground, it's Mack, and they'll get this from the 8 to the 5, pickup of 3. Inside of a minute to go now, 2 timeouts left, still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. One last shot now for Rivers. And it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock. And an extra point will send us to OT.
Brandon, we've seen this many times before. They've got the momentum. They just scored. Go for 2 and end this thing now.
And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win as this crowd rises to make things difficult. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to keep it here. Well, this one was certainly one to remember. At the end, they get the touchdown. Thinking they're going to go for the PAT to tie it. They went for the win. Charles had guts to call it, but it didn't come to fruition.
And I know the actual call happened right here at this game, but it really happened during the week where the head coach told himself, in a situation like this, we're going for the win. They didn't get it, but he had conviction in what he was doing.
So you think those moments often premeditated?
I think they have to be, because if you rely on everything to come to you during the heat of